right, here's a Gracie update. I'm going to show you a little bit of leash work, and then I'm going to start her on place. And I also want to show you we've been working on jumping quite a lot. So that's her squeaking because she's scratching at her leash. I'm using a slip lead. That's just a regular leash with just making a little circle around her neck and using that. It won't slip off of her, so it's not like a regular flat collar that'll potentially pull over her head. So we're just working on paying attention, walking on a loose leash, and just figuring out all the rules, and she's still figuring that out, using a lot of food reward. And I am using my remote collar on the vibration mode right now for jumping. So that vibration feels exactly like those things they give you at the restaurant to tell you your table's ready. It's the exact same sensation. So you'll be able to see what she's doing. All right, come on, little girl. Come on. That a girl. That's it. That's it. Excellent. Yes, very good. Good girl. Good. I know we're going to do that in a minute. We're going to do that in a minute. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Good. So I'm not pulling on her at all. Anything that she's doing herself. Excellent. Good girl. So we've already done some work on not jumping, and so she's gotten much better about accepting the treat without putting her feet up on me. And that's, of course, step one before we're able to really convince her not to jump at all. All right, come on, Gracie. Come on, come on, come on. Good, heel. Good girl. That a girl. I'm just trying to work around this area here with my camera. And again, you can see I'm not pulling on her at all. I'm just stopping her from going forward. And she's just arguing with the leash. So she's hoping that the leash will give up, and of course it won't. Come on, girl. And when she calms and settles, she's going to get a treat for that. And then she starts to figure out, oh, walking with you is a good thing. Good girl. Good girl. Excellent. There you go. Good. Excellent. Good girl. Hey, girl. Oh, I know. I know it. Come on. Good girl. There you go. Good job. Good job. Very good. Gracie. Good girl. Good. Come on. Good girl. Come on, girl. Good girl. Fantastic. Here it is. Oh, she got one that fell out of my hand, I guess. All right, come on. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Excellent. Now you're cooking. Good girl. And all of our sessions start out with a little bit of argument. Come on. But they're getting shorter and less intense. So she's getting it. She's figuring it out. Good girl. I just want her to follow wherever I go with the loose lead, just like she's doing. Excellent. Perfect. Good girl. Good. And then I want to show you a little bit of what we're doing with jumping. So I'm using the remote collar, and it has a vibration mode. That's going to be off here on the side. There's a single button, and that is not adjustable, but again, it feels just like that little restaurant thing. Good girl. And so if she goes to jump, I'm just going to push the vibe button, and that just gives her a little sensation. So what you'll see is I'm going to kind of tempt her a little bit with a little cookie here. I got very crumbly cookies. Tempt her a little bit to try and jump up at me, and I'm going to pressure. And you saw her just tilt her head like that. Good job. That a girl. It's right here. It's right here. It's in my, there we go. Just trying to figure out where the cookie is in my fingers. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, you're wonderful. Good, good, good. So we've got a little artifact there, a little bit of the foot coming up, but I didn't even correct that. It's so much better than she was. So we take this little steps at a time and give her little successes. Perfect, good girl. Where before she was jumping up, she was clawing down my hands and she just couldn't wait to get that cookie. So I am not even pushing this button because she's doing what I want her to do. So I wanted you to see that we'd have made a huge amount of progress on the jumping. So now I'm going to show her how to do place here, and you saw her already be a little bit attracted to that dog bed. And I'll explain what I'm doing when we get to that. I need about a half a dozen little treats here ready to go. Get my crumbly dog treats. That one fell on your head, yes. All right. All right, you ready? All right, good girl. All right, come on, place. Come on. Good girl. Place. Excellent. Good. Good. Place. Good girl. Place. Good. Good girl. Good. Place. Good. Good. Good girl. Place. Excellent. Good girl. So all I'm doing is just showing her that this dog bed that she's sitting on is place. Good. Place. Good girl. As you can see, it's very pleasant, tons of positive reinforcement. So I'm going to try to ignore that jumping, but not reward it either. So if she's coming up in the air, I'm going to not give her the food. Good. Place. Good. And I'll more actively address that, but right now I'm concentrating on this lesson. Place. Good girl. Place. Good. So now I've shown her that is place. Give her a release. Okay. Good girl. Yay! Good girl. And you can see she's happy. She's enjoying this. She's a little irritated with the leash, but she's doing fine. Like I said, every day she gets a little more tolerant of the leash. I'm not doing this. I have a loose lead. She's just scratching herself. Okay. Okay. All right, you can stop. Good girl. Good. All right, come on, get in place. Good girl. Excellent. Good. Place. Good. Good. Place. Good girl. Good. Place. Excellent. Good. Place. Now, I don't want her to get too excited about how good she's doing. Good girl. So now I'm going to add a little bit of distraction and show her that she really does have to stay on the dog bed, on the edge. Nope. Place. Very simple. I'm just using the leash. I don't have any remote collar in my hands. It's in my pocket. Good. Nope. Place. Good. That a girl. Good. Just letting her see. Nope. Place. Good girl. Good. Good. When she manages to stay there with this little distraction, I'm going to give her a little treat. So I'm getting a treat ready here, because I think we're getting used to that place. Fantastic. Good place. Good girl. Good. So that she sees that that's the answer that I want from her. Good girl. Excellent. Good. Now I'm going to add in remote collar pressure if she comes off of the dog bed. Good. Place. Good girl. And I've got this set on a 5 out of 100, so it's super low. And so if she starts to move towards me and steps off the bed, in addition to using the leash to guide her back on, I'm going to add this pressure to it as well. So pressure here. Place. Good. And as soon as she gets back on the bed, I turn off the pressure. Good girl. So she sees that on the dog bed, this thing doesn't activate. Good girl. Yes, you're awesome. Good girl. Oh, wow. All right. Good girl. Place. So she gets a treat because she decided not to step off. I didn't do anything. Good. Okay. So she's getting herself pretty worked up there with that, so I'm just stopping her from scratching because she's scratching and you can see her, she's kind of getting stuck in that. Good girl. Place. So I'm holding down my button. You can see how much it's bothering her, right? This is just super, super low tingle that she can feel. Good. Place. And it's just information. It says to her, something's different about being off on the grass. Place. Pressure again. And I'm helping her get back on with the leash. That's it. As soon as she gets back on, this turns off. Makes a very clear distinction between the dog bed and the grass. Place. Place. Good. Place. Good. Place. Atta girl. Place. Good. Now she doesn't get a cookie for going back on there because she's making the mistake of stepping off. So she gets a cookie when she makes the decision to stay there on her own. I'm going to hold on to the leash just a little longer because she's not 100% sure on this concept. Place. Good. Good, there you go, good girl. Place. We're going to get up to her staying on place for 30 continuous minutes. I'd like to get 5 continuous minutes tonight. I don't know if we'll get that, but that's what our goal is for this evening. Place. Good. Oh, that a girl. So I like the laying down. That's a little more stability. Place. Good. Place. Girl. So let me see if I can get a little more distance on her. There we go. There's a little more recognition of what I'm looking for. Nope. Place. Good. That a girl. Good. There we go. All right. The light bulb's coming on. You can see it. Good girl. Here. Good. That a girl. Good. Good. That's it. Good girl. Place. I'm trying to do is get more distance from her and have a little more responsibility from her, that she understands that she stays there. So as soon as she comes off, I'm pressing the button. I get my leash. Put her back up here as quick as I can. Without scaring her, obviously. Whoops. So I'm holding down the button. Good. What I'm trying to do is get behind my camera and see how much time I've been recording, because I have a limit. I can only record or upload such a big file. Good, place. And I think I'm pretty close to it. So I want to see what that is. No, place. Come on, girl. Place. All right, just toss a little cookie there to try and have her, again, make that connection. Sorry. Come on. Come on. Place. Good. So she's got a magic distance. Just when I get 2 feet from that camera is when she leaves. So that's about probably 15 feet. All right, good. Oh yeah, I'm way over my time. So I'm actually going to turn my camera off. I may have to break this into 2 uploads so that you can get all of it. There, she suddenly decided she's going to stay there, so we may have had a little breakthrough. So if I'm going to split this up, I'm going to go another minute or 2. Good job. That's a good girl. Good. Place. Good. So we may have had a light bulb come on just now. So that you can see my collar. It's on a 5, goes up to 100. And I'm using this black button right here. And this button here, single button, is the vibration. So I'm pressuring her right there, holding down that button, taking her back. Place. Good girl. Good. All right, I am at the point where even if I split this, I'm going to be right at the edge of their upload limit for me. So there she is. She is doing great. She's eating fine, sleeping through the night. Had a couple of accidents, but I think we're making progress on that as well. And she's got little fronds from the oak tree in her hair, and I think that's bothering her a little bit. But she's doing super.